Guys, good morning. It is the day after Labor Day and we have been sick all weekend. My husband had it first and then myself and both of my kids had it. It was just like the common cold that I guess everybody's getting from back to school season, even though we're homeschooled. So today on the list is tons of cleaning motivation for you guys because I am going to clean this house from top to bottom. We're going to clean all the bathrooms. We're going to dust all of the surfaces and clean them. And then, of course, we're going to have to sweep and mop everything when we're all done. And in between all of that, we're going to have to make a quick trip to Aldi because clearly we're out of groceries from being home for multiple days on end. So I'm going to take you guys along with me throughout the whole process. Sit back, relax, comment, and let me know what you're doing while you're watching this video. And let's get to work. First, I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of the house because it doesn't look super dirty, but just know that these floors have so many crumbs and things on them. Jubilee, of course, does not mind any of the things we're doing because she has plans to relax. But the kitchen has tons of dishes that need done. The bathrooms have seen better days. It's a beautiful day outside, so hopefully we can get all of this done soon and go spend the rest of the day out there. Welcome to the place where all the magic happens. My husband's gonna love me for that one. Anyway, we have made it upstairs because I absolutely cannot leave this house knowing that my bed is not made. So first things first that we're gonna do up here is get that tackled because it takes me maybe a minute to do, and without it, I just feel so undone. For today's clean, I'm using the Method Daily Wood Cleaner and the Sprayway Glass Cleaner and a simple microfiber cloth. While I'm up here, I'm going to show you guys a hack. I just have an old pillowcase that I no longer use for bedding, and I'm using it to dust the ceiling fans. It works perfectly, traps everything inside of the pillowcase so that it's not getting all over the room and you're not breathing it in. The last time I shared this hack, you guys absolutely went crazy for it, so I thought I would show you again because everybody needs a nice refresher from time to time. If this is something new to you, comment below and let me know. But I also want to know, do you have a cleaning hack that other people would find useful? If so, comment that below. I read everything, so if you have one that I think might work, I'm going to try it out and I'll let everybody know the results. Now, before you get right back down, make sure that you're turning that ceiling fan back on so that your husband doesn't sit there and stare and turn the light on and off wondering why it's not working. We have made it to the first bathroom in the house. I have a question for all of you guys. Are you cleaning like one room at a time throughout the week? I see a lot of moms that have cleaning schedules and they focus on the living room on Monday, the deep cleaning of the kitchen on Tuesday, the bedrooms on Wednesday, so on and so forth, you know. I personally like to have like lots of things that I do throughout the day that just take less than 5 minutes, like throwing in a load of laundry, putting the dishes in the dishwasher, things I have to get done every day. However, these big ticket items like cleaning the bathrooms, you know, I have to do that once a week. However, I'm just going to pick all of the bathrooms and do them all at the same time, even though I'm switching rooms. Does that make sense? In my mind, if I were to just do this one bathroom in like my bedroom today and just have this one area of my house clean, the rest of my house is still like struggling and needs attention. So I just would feel like totally incomplete if I did that. As you can tell, I went to public school and I meant to say incomplete. So sorry. One of my minions made it upstairs to come and check on me, and clearly I wasn't doing anything interesting enough for him. Honestly, I can't blame him because our next task is cleaning the throne. That's right, Cleaning the toilets is a hill I will die on because you guys clearly do not know how to do this right. Listen, y'all, when I'm going over to your house, I'm judging how clean your bathroom is. Because if I have to sit down on someone's dirty ass toilet, I'm sorry, I'm probably not coming back. So consider this your unofficial lesson on how to clean the latrine. First, notice how I am not just cleaning the inside toilet bowl. I am using wet wipes and I am cleaning every single inch and crevice that I can fit this wet wipe into. Newsflash, boys don't just pee inside of the toilet. You know, I was confused about this too. I grew up with just girls in the house. So when I got married and had two boys, I was just like, what is going on here? Next up, notice how I am scrubbing in here. I am not simply swirling around the soap. I am putting my elbow into this work. I want to see my reflection in this bowl by the time I'm said and done. And finally, please make sure to wash your hands after you have exited the ride. I hope you have enjoyed this segment on how to clean your latrine. We are just about done upstairs, but before I can move on, I'm going to give everything a nice little shine and dust with that Method Wood for Good cleaner. I love this stuff because it gives all of my wood surfaces a really nice sheen, looking really clean and conditioned afterwards. All of my cleaning products and a lot of the stuff that you see in my house and things that I'm wearing can be found on my Amazon storefront, and I always have that linked in the description box and in the bios of all of my socials. Speaking of socials, I want to get like a tally in the comments. Let me know like what is your favorite app to scroll on. Obviously, if you're on here and you're commenting, you like watching the long form YouTubes, and I do too, honestly. I'm reaching for those a lot more than shorts these days. So on TikTok, however, I do love all of the ideas that I get over there, and I'm also a TikTok Shop affiliate. So if you are new to TikTok Shop, it is basically like another Amazon in a sense. It doesn't carry everything that Amazon has, and it is slightly different, However, a lot of the same brands that you're seeing me use that I'm linking on my Amazon can also be found on TikTok Shop. So what I do when I realize that I need something and I have to go and order it online, I'm going to price shop it between like Amazon and Target and TikTok Shop and places like that and see where I'm getting the best deal. And a lot of times, you guys, TikTok Shop has really good coupons and they drop all kinds of sales. So sometimes you can find those fan favorites on there for a better deal. Just a little tip from one mama to the next. Also, if you find that on Amazon items are sold out or they don't have certain sizes or colors, head on over to TikTok Shop because they have different inventory there, I have realized. Speaking of shopping, would you consider yourself more of a homebody, or do you want to be like out and about going and doing all the things? Personally, I feel like I need to get out of the house at least every other day. Like, I really struggle when I'm sick and stuck at home, or like when the kiddos are sick and we can't leave, just because I thrive on being an extrovert. I also just really love going shopping. I would say that's like one of my top 3 hobbies for sure. My other main hobby is reading. I am such a bookworm since I've become a mom and my kids are getting a little bit older and I'm getting little bits of free time here and there. I just have not been able to put down the books. I've learned that my favorite genre is fantasy and romance. Heavy on the fantasy because I first started when I read Fourth Wing and then the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and also the Throne of Glass series, which I'm reading for the second time right now. I loved watching Game of Thrones, and I really appreciated that the series from TV stuck so closely to the books. If you are a fellow reader, please drop your favorite book recommendations in the comments because I am always adding to my to-be read list on Goodreads. If you want to see all of the books that I've read and get some recommendations for yourself, check out my Goodreads list as well as the idea list on Amazon with book ideas. We've gotten most of our cleaning tasks done, so I am going to head into the kitchen now and make these kiddos some lunch because they are absolutely starving, they say. But let's be real, I'm raising 2 little boys, and are they ever not hungry? Honestly, my oldest is 6 years old and he cannot stop eating. He tells me all the time that he is always hungry, so I'm constantly finding meals and snacks with lots of protein. Today is grocery day, so we are just gonna have to stick with a good old peanut butter and jelly and peanut butter and honey sandwich with some puff popcorn. My absolute favorite grocery store that I've found is Aldi because they have the best prices out there. If you didn't know, every week I do an Aldi haul showing everything that I buy for my family of 4 for the week, and I include the price. Be sure to check all those out on my shorts. Okay, we needed to take a little cleaning break because we were getting a little bit overstimulated. So we are going to go to the grocery store. We have our list because I am prone to forgetting those. Our sunnies, our phone, and our bevy. Today's choice is a limoncello LaCroix, which is my favorite. Boys, are you ready to go to the grocery store?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
No.
No! Let's go. We just got back from the grocery and I managed to spend $138 at Aldi this week for my family of 4. So I'm going to do a quick haul of everything I got, and then we will probably eat lunch and relax a little bit more because I'm getting burnt out. I'm only about 80% better after being sick, and it ain't enough. Okay, now that that's done, let's put this all away. here I just laid out all the ingredients for dinner. So I'm going to make a gluten-free lasagna, and I don't use any canned pasta sauce, so everything is from scratch.
Buy a flat.
I've shared a little bit about this before on my other videos, but we have been using the Good and the Beautiful curriculum for my kindergartner, and we absolutely love this. I was able to download it for free online going through their website, and then we just printed it off at home. This is our little homeschool corner. We homeschool 4 to 5 days a week, and we just sit down at the kitchen table and do it all together. We do some stuff with my preschooler too, but most of that is done off camera and just sporadically throughout the day. And that's what we love about homeschool, is that we can do this anywhere at any time. And personally, I'm just a mom that loves to be around her babies. My youngest is taking a nap and my oldest is doing his homeschool, so I made myself lunch real quick, and this is just a very quick chicken salad. I just did chicken, some pre-washed lettuce, cheese, craisins, and ranch. I was able to sit outside and read my book for a while, and that was so amazing because the weather right now is just like chef's kiss. Then the kiddos convinced me to go to the library. So now that we're back, it's already dinner time. And I'm gonna make myself a DIY Alani because they didn't have any of the flavors that I liked at Aldi this week. So you're just gonna start off with actually a LaCroix. The limoncello is my favorite. This is from Walmart. It's the Drink Talk variety pack of drink mixes. And this is citric acid. You find this in the canning supplies over in like the kitchen aisles. So I just do a little, like half a teaspoon of that, a whole pack of that. Today I'm doing peach ring. I'll whiz that up so that it's all mixed. And then we will carefully pour in the rest of our LaCroix. I've shared this recipe before, and every time I do, you guys go bananas over it. If you love the Alanis, this one tastes like the peach one. I forget what it's called, but anyway, they are basically the same thing, just without the caffeine in them. So you can drink as much as you want. Look at how beautiful this is. Literally the peachy color, and then we have the yellow straw, so it's really a peach ring. Ooh, that's so yummy. Over here, I'm making lasagna for dinner, so this is just the sauce, and I usually end up with a lot more than I need, and I can just freeze that for another night. I'm going to get the oven preheated to 375, and then I'll show you how I put together my lasagna. This is the Le Creuset lidded casserole dish, 9x13. So I'm going to start off with these Berea gluten-free oven-ready lasagnas. These are no-boil ones. We're going to use the whole packet. Put in a layer of sauce on the bottom. A layer of noodles. This is ricotta egg and Parmesan cheese. Putting it in a bag like this makes it infinitely easier to spread inside. Put in some more sauce. Don't worry, that's all going to melt down nicely in the oven. It spreads nicely with the sauce. At this point, I like to add a little bit of mozz just in between a couple of the layers, just for a little extra cheese. More of our noodles. Ricotta. Sauce. Noodles. This is our last layer of ricotta. More sauce. Our last layer of noodles. I love it because it uses every noodle in the package. Okay, just add a little bit more sauce. Make sure those get fully cooked through. Now this is where it gets really fun, guys. This is an Italian style blend. We have mozzarella, provolone, romano, parmesan, and asiago. Make a nice layer of that. And mozzarella. Okay. Lid on. Look at that, we used most of our sauce. We're going to pop this into a preheated 375-degree oven. Cook it covered for 45 minutes, uncovered for the remaining 15 minutes, and let it sit for at least 15 minutes to set once you take it out. I went upstairs and realized that we have a whole load of laundry to do. I switched back to the powder Tide because it was a lot more cost effective and I feel like it cleans so much better. Not only that, but sometimes the liquid Tide would dye some of my clothes blue. And for fabric softener, I'm just using good old vinegar. More trash.
Why does it still feel there?
You don't feel good? Go lay on the couch. I'll turn on Phineas and Ferb.
Alright, I think I hope you win.
It is later after dinner and I am not getting the floors done today. But you know what? That's there for another day, isn't it? I got plenty of stuff done today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Leave a pink heart in the comments if you made it all the way through this video. And if you did, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the best followers. Let me know what you want to see in the next video and I will see you guys next time.